last couple months, you'll notice a trend in a bait that we've been throwing to catch a lot of these fish. You know it as a jerkbait. We've been using the 3-hook version or the smaller junior version and catching a lot of fish. Just like you saw, we can catch big ones too. So let's go over a couple basic tips of how to fish a jerkbait and how to set it up. Stay tuned. But before we go forward, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, keep up to date with all the information we put out on a weekly basis. All right, let's go over some basics. What is a jerkbait and why you want to throw it? That's a Berkley Stunna 112 jerkbait. Slow sinking bait. It'll dive about 2 to 3 feet. There's just something about the erratic action of a jerkbait when it cuts and pauses that just triggers inactive fish. It's very similar to when a cat chases a laser. They just can't help themselves. That thing twitches in front of their face and they can't help but strike it. In Florida, you don't want to deep dive in jerkbait because we fish a lot of grass over the top and nearby. So you don't want a bait that dives down in and grabs that grass. You want a bait that just goes below the surface about 2 feet. And having a small bill on a jerkbait like this Stunna has will only drive this bait down a couple feet. The longer the bill, the deeper it'll dive. In Florida, you don't want a bait to dive too deep. So stick with a Stunna style 112. You can also go with a smaller bait like these Mega Bass 110 Juniors. Berkley makes one called a cutter that also mimics about that same size. Most junior jerkbaits have 2 treble hooks. This one has 3. So the typical setup that I like to throw my jerkbaits on, 2 rods. Both of them a medium action. I love these Garcia Vendetta new series rods that they came out with. These are both 610, perfect for a jerkbait or topwater. Nice for that popping action without slapping the water as you go down. So if you're throwing the bigger 112 series jerkbait, this bait requires a lot more popping action with the rod. So I like to go with bait caster. Basic setup I have a bait caster is medium to medium heavy, 610. I like a shorter rod because when you pop down on it, you won't be slapping the water every time with those longer rods, 7, 7.5. So I go with a 610, like your topwater setup. I always back all my reels, whether it be a bait caster or a spinning reel with braid. On a bait caster, I like 30-pound braid, and then I tie a 4 to 5 foot monofilament leader on there, usually about 14, 15 pounds. In Florida, that's what you need to catch these fish in the grass. Now, you northern boys, you probably like that lighter stuff, but it's forgiving up there. You don't have nearly the grass or any of the hard cover that we have to deal with in Florida. Now, to fish the smaller version, the junior version, I like to throw it on a spinning rod. Same deal, medium to medium heavy rod, 610 approximately. Back the reel with braid, and then also a monofilament leader of about 4 to 6 feet long. In the videos, you see that we fish this jerkbait with a twitch, twitch, pause cadence. Typically, I like to do a single twitch followed by a double twitch, but mostly singles. Just twitch, pause, double twitch, pause. The fish always bite it on the pause, and how long you pause really just depends on the mood of the fish that day. So if it's colder water, you'll have to pause a little longer like you northern guys. But here in Florida, a 2-second pause is all it takes. Twitch, twitch, pause, and they always bite it when it's sitting still. So when you twitch it and it's pausing, that's when they bite it, and as you twitch again, they're on and you got it. Now, these Berkley jerkbaits come with some amazingly sharp hooks. These Fusion 19 trebles are awesome. But here's a pro tip. I recommend you always carry spare treble hooks and a good split ring pliers, because throughout the day when you are faced with Florida grassy water, you're going to break off these hooks, and if you're dealing with pickerel or more aggressive fish, they're going to bend those hooks out. So you got to have spare trebles, and throughout a couple of days use, it'll start to dull out those hooks. So about every other day, I'm swapping out these treble hooks. And if you'll notice, sometimes these hooks, the barb will break off, because as you're taking the pliers and removing that hook from the fish, that's just a lot of torque on those hooks. So always carry a good set of backups. Now this is that Plano Edge series terminal tackle box. I like to store my treble hooks in this box because of the anti-rust and tightly sealed setup that this box has. You also notice this box is one hand to open, one hand to close. Real simple. Tight seal. That's a great terminal box to store your Fusion 19 trebles. Look at how she caught across her whole mouth and forced her mouth wide open.
Hit the link in the description below and pick up a Berkley Stunna 112 or Shallow Cutter 90. That way you'll be ready the next time you want to power fish around grass in your local lakes. Try these rod setups and see if you can increase your bass fishing success. Thanks for watching. Tight lines.
Hey, get the flame, brother.